लोग पता है एक रिक्वेस्ट डालो मेन लिख
So dear all, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. So shall we start or we'll wait for 2-3 minutes more? Still students are joining. You were having some class prior to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Which class was that?
Ma'am, one class is integrated circuits and another class is electronics instrumentation and measurement.
Okay, who is taking electronics instrumentation and measurement?
Benny also.
Okay, okay, good. And the integrated circuits one?
Atul sir.
Okay, okay. So 30 students have joined. So I have instructed both the batches to join, isn't it? Tomorrow we will not be taking any class because tomorrow I think it may be holiday, but I have some duty, UPC examination duty. So from 11, so I will not be able to take tomorrow. Then we'll have
Okay, ma'am.
Thursday. We will have on Thursday at our regular time 9:50.
Okay, ma'am.
So I think the students will keep on joining. I will start. Let me share. Actually, I have to try one thing, that suppose if I am writing on the PPTs, will it be visible to you? So we'll try that. We'll try that also. So if it is done, then my job will be little more easier. So share screen. Yeah, my screens are visible.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the first slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, microprocessor and microcontroller KC 502 lecture 3.
Lecture 3.
This
Okay.
PPT.
Yeah, good. Let me admit who is there. Waiting room. So we have what we have covered. We have seen the basics of microprocessor. We have seen the pin diagram. What are the functions of pin little bit. We have seen what is address, how the address and database is multiplexed and how it is demultiplexed, and why they are multiplexed, because to save the number of pins so that we can have smaller pins IC. Otherwise, if you do not have multiplex data bus and address bus, then what will happen? The data we will need separate lines for address and separate lines for data. So we will need more lines, more pins of microprocessor IC. Hence we were having multiplex lines, but with the help of address latch enable signal, we were demultiplexing that. Anybody is having any question on that particular part? If not, then we will move further. So am I audible
No, ma'am.
now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us start with the new. My slide has changed.
Yes, ma'am.
What is there in my slide now?
I will love the light, for it shows me the way, yet I will endure the darkness because it shows me the stars.
Yeah, okay. We will start with this quote, okay? So every day I use different quotes just to, because I like it. This quotes motivates me also. So I think that this will motivate you also. So I use this particular quotes. So we'll go a little further, and books, you know already. Books we have discussed. What books you have to refer. Then instructions, you have to write your attendance in this fashion. Those whose numbers are starting from 18, they should write their last 2 digits and name. Those whose numbers starting from 17, they should write last 4 digits and name. And those whose numbers are in the series of 901, they should write 901, 902 kind of, and then their name, lateral entry students. If you have any question, you can ask me in between, and you can put that in chat box also. So better to put your cameras off unless until I instruct you, and mic off, so that we can have better bandwidth. 1 or 2 students, they can keep their mic on, because whenever I ask the questions, whenever I ask something, then there should be someone to answer me. Sakshi, maybe Ananya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so am I audible now, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So what we'll do, we'll see what we are going to do today. We are going to see the classification of instructions. What are the instructions of 8085 microprocessor, so that once we understand the instruction set completely, we can start the programming. But it is not the case that we should have we should go with the complete instruction set and then we will start the program. No, not this way. What we will do, we will do few instructions, we will study few instructions, and based on those instructions we will write small programs, so that once you are habitual of writing the programs, you can start developing habit, or you can practice yourself, and as and when we will complete all the instruction set, you will be able to write the major program or the program for your applications. So we will see how the instructions are classified, what are the instruction sets, and one or two small programs maybe we can see. So what is instruction set? Last time also we have seen that instruction is binary pattern designed inside a microprocessor to perform a specific function. The entire group of instruction that a microprocessor supports is called instruction set. And how many instructions are there in 8085 microprocessor? Altogether total 246 instructions are there. Complete 246 instructions 8085 microprocessor is having. And each instruction is represented by 8-bit binary value, because it has to have some opcode. So with that particular opcode, it is identified that what is the instruction is meant for, or what is its application, or what that instruction is doing. Because microprocessor will not understand the language of instruction. The language of instruction will be understood by us, but microprocessor will understand its code. And when it decodes the code, it comes to know that what the instruction is telling, and accordingly it works. So that 8-bit, this 8-bit value is called as opcode or hex code or instruction byte. So is it clear to you? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Answer, okay. So what are the different types of instructions? How the microprocessor instructions are classified? There are number of instructions performing number of different tasks. So when there is a data transfer operation, few instructions are doing this particular work. They are transferring the data from one place to another place. Transferring the data means the data from where it is transferred, that place data is not changed, but the data where it gets transferred, that place data is altered. So few instructions, they fall under data transfer category. Few instructions are arithmetic instructions. Arithmetic instructions means arithmetic operations they are doing, like addition, subtraction. We do not have instructions for multiplication, division. For multiplication and division, we have to write sets of instructions. We have to write one program. So like suppose if you want to have multiplication of 2 into 8. So what is multiplication of 2 into 8? You will go on adding 2 to 8 times, or you will add 8 number twice. That means 2 into 8 means addition of 2 8 times, or addition of 8 2 times. So if we want to develop the program for multiplication, then we have to write the instructions to add to whatever number is asked, that many times you have to add that particular number, because we do not have instructions as multiplication and division. Then there are a few logical operations instructions also. Logical means you must have studied OR, AND gate, and you must have studied XOR and NOT operation. So all these logical operations, they are having logical instructions in 8085 microprocessor. There are some branching instructions. What branching instruction is doing? It is branching from one memory location to another memory location. That is jumping. So there can be conditional jumping, there can be unconditional jumping. Conditional jumping means it is checking some condition, whether carry is set or not, whether zero flag is set or not, where there is a parity or not, etc. And then once the condition is satisfied or dissatisfied, it is jumping accordingly. But if it is an unconditional jump, then it is just a jump to one particular location. So branching instructions, generally they are to move from one memory location to another memory location. There are certain control instructions, like controlling the actions of inside. We can control the condition of flags, etc. We can control the conditions, check the conditions. So the instructions are classified in this particular manner. Now suppose if we go into detail of all these instructions, all the 246 instructions will be covered under these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classification sets of instructions. Few instructions they will fall under data transfer, few instructions will fall under arithmetic, and so on. And all 246 instruction will be over in this particular classification. So we will see one by one. If you see data transfer instruction, slow one. My screen is visible now. Sakshi, can you
Yes,
see
ma'am.
my screen? Anybody? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What is there on the screen?
Data transfer instructions.
So, okay, we were talking about data transfer instruction. So as I told you that these instructions move data between registers. We have seen last time how many registers are there. Can anybody answer? What are these registers?
मैम एक accumulator है, फिर B, C, D, E and H and L registers.
Right, good. H and L. And we are having one M also, and that M is formed with the help of HL
combination, ma'am.
Combination. Good.
Combination.
So this data transfer is done between registers, from one register to another register, and from memory to register, or from registers to memory. And these instructions copy data from source to destination without changing the original data. As I told you that it is data transfer, it is not data alter. So data transfer means from where you pick up the data, that place data is not changed, but where you place the data, that place data is changed. So it is copying the data from the source. The source data is not changed, but the destination data is altered. So we'll see, like we will understand this also. Theoretically we have discussed. We'll see one example also here. Let's say the data transfer instructions move copy from source to destination. If we take one example, move, then in English it is MOVE, but in instruction set it is MOV. So what move is doing? Move is it is having one opcode, and you can write, if I say RD means it is destination register. If I say RS means it is source register. When I say M, that means it is memory register formed with the help of HL pair. So operands can be anything. Operand can be RD, RS. That means that data can be moved from register to register. Data can be moved from memory to register. Data can be moved from register to memory. Whichever way, all the combinations are possible. So this instruction copies the contents from the source register to destination register, and contents of the source registers are not altered. If one of the operands is a memory location, then its location is specified by the contents of HL registers. This I have told you. And when we'll see the examples, we will understand little more better way. So what is this instruction? What is the slide showing you?
Move V, comma C or move V, comma M.
Good. Let me have my, where is my video showing me? Okay. Few students are still entering. Try to enter the class in time, because I get disturbed because I have to admit each and everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So screen is visible. Move B, comma C, or X, whatever is written.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we take one example, move B comma C, then this is the source register C and this is the destination register. So if we take this example, then the data from C register will get transferred to to the B register. So C register data will not change, but B register data will be replaced by C register data. So if initially if suppose C register is containing 40 hex data, then after execution of this particular instruction, whatever may be the B register, let's say B register initially will contain 20 or maybe 21, whatever may be the contents of B register, after execution of this particular instruction, the B register data will be changed to 40 hex. But C register data will not be changed. Now 40 hex will be available at C register also and 40 hex will be available at B register also after execution. If you have this type of instruction move B comma M, then M will be formed with the help of HL pair. Let's say suppose if H is containing 20 and L is containing 5. That means 0, 5. So what will be the combination of HL? It is 2005. That means what is the memory location formed by HL pair? It will be 2005.
005.
Yeah, so whatever will be available at 2005 memory location, that will be your 8-bit data. Because 2005 is not a data, 2005 is address. So whatever is available on 2005 memory location, that data, let's say that memory location is containing data 32 hex. So if I write this particular instruction move B comma M, then M will be corresponding to the register formed by HL pair. Now HL pair is pointing out which memory location? 2005. So whatever is available in 2005, that is considered as M registers data. So that means M registers data is contents of memory location 2005. So what are the contents of that particular memory place? We have taken example that it is 32. So now when you execute this instruction, 32 will move to B register. When you executed this particular instruction, what were available in B register? 40 hex was available in B register. But when you execute this instruction, what will be available in B register now? B register will contain 32 hex because M was containing 32. And why M was containing 32? Because 32 was the data present at memory location 2005. And why 2005 memory location data is considered as M? Because 2005 memory location was pointed out by HL pair. So this is the way these instructions execute. So there are number of combinations. This will start from move A comma A, move A comma B, move A comma C, move A comma D, move A comma E, move A comma L, move A comma H. Then you can have another sets of instructions, move B comma A, move B comma B, B comma C, B comma D, B comma E, B comma L and B comma H. So all like 8 instructions with A, 8 instructions with 8 or those many instructions with B. Likewise, you will have from C with D, with E, with H and with L also, and with M also you will be having M comma A, M comma B, M comma C, M comma and so on. So if I write, if my instruction, one more instructions we have in data transfer, there are number of instructions, but we will see few instructions today because we are just starting the programming. And you have this type of instruction also, MVI A comma or B comma or C comma D comma L comma, whatever may be here the source destination register, and then followed by data. If you put hash sign indicates that it is immediate data. Here there was no hash sign because we are talking about C register data. Now we do not know what is C register data, but here we know what data is going to go into accumulator. So that data is represented over here. So if I write MVI A comma hash 39 hex, then 39 is the data which will go into accumulator. if I write MVI B comma hash sign and then 48 hex, then 48 hex will go into B register, whatever may be a register at this place. So these are called as immediate instructions, but because it is also transferring the data, so that's why it is called as data transfer instruction. So I stands for immediate, MV stands for move. What is moved to this register? Immediate data is moved to this particular register. So is it clear? Move B comma
Yes,
move
ma'am.
instructions. Okay. So if you see some small program, let's say we will write some program. Now this program, just tell me if I make some changes, is it going to happen at this particular place? Can you able to see now? What is it?
Yes, ma'am. 2005.
Okay, so whatever changes I am doing, it is incorporated in this. So 2005 is your address of the instruction. It cannot be always 2005. You can take any address. The address will start from 0002 FF because it is 64 kilobyte memory place. So your address can be within 00002 FFFF. So let's say we are starting our program, we are writing our program from 2050 memory location. We are just taking one example. It is not always that you should write your program from 2050, because whenever we write the program, we should specify where we are writing this program, because it is not only one program we will always write. There can be so many number of programs we have to write in one day. So all the programs will have different memory locations. So if this program is starting from 2050 memory location, if my first instruction is MVI B comma 25, then that means what is this instruction is telling you? This instruction is telling you this is wrong. You have to write hash sign. So if I write hash sign, that means it is immediate data. So what will go into B register? 25 hex will go into B register. Now what is available at 2050 memory location? Code of MVIB, because I understand that what is MVIB comma hash something is doing, but microprocessor will not understand what MVIB comma means. Microprocessor will understand 06. So if you write 06 at 2050 memory location, microprocessor will understand that after decoding 06, it will come to know that some 8-bit data it has to take into B register. And what is that data? That will be followed by this opcode. Now each memory location will contain 8-bit data. So 2050 memory location has already contained 06. So where 25 should be written? 25 should be written at 2051 immediate memory location. If I do not write,
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if we don't use hash sign, then what will show 25H? This is not data.
Yeah, if the hash sign is not there, then it will be considered as address. Then 25
But
will
ma'am,
be
in
considered
this
as...
in 8085 address is 16-bit.
Yes, so
It
this
is
will be
only.
wrong. So this will be wrong. The instruction will give you error. The program will give
Okay,
you
ma'am.
error if you do not write hash sign, because 25 is not a valid address for 8085. It will work in 8051 microcontroller, but this will not work in 8085. So this will generate an
Okay,
error.
ma'am.
The program will not move further. It will hang. It will show you, it will hang because it is not moving further, because the very first instruction it executes, it's the opcode. So whatever you write first, that
Okay,
is
ma'am.
considered as opcode. So microprocessor will undertake whatever maybe. If by mistake you write here 25, then it will start decoding 25, and whatever is the meaning of 25 in case of instruction, it will take that instruction. So we have to be very careful. We cannot make mistakes in writing the program, because always now for this particular instruction we cannot write 25 first and 06 next, because we have to write 06 first, because 06 when decoded by microprocessor internally, it comes to know that it has to take some data, and that some data is available in the next memory location. That data has to be picked up and it has to be moved to B register. So your 2050 will contain opcode of this particular instruction, and 2051 memory location will contain 25, because it has to take 25 into B register. Then your next instruction will start at 2052. So at 2052, what I am writing? I am writing MVI C comma hash 2A. So again hash, that means it is a immediate data. So what is going into C register? 2A is the immediate data which is going into C register. Now MVIB was having opcode 06. MVIC is having opcode 0E. So whenever microprocessor will decode 0E, because it comes to know when 06 was there, it comes to know that next is the data. So it will not decode this. It will pick up this as data. But it knows that now this is 2-byte instruction, because it is taking this as 1 byte and this as another byte. So next data will be opcode. So what is this opcode? This opcode is 0E. So when it will decode 0E, it will come to know that whatever is the next data, it has to take into the C register. So let's say my next instruction will be available at 053 memory location. So what I will write on 053 memory location, I will write 2A. So when it decodes 0A, it comes to know that it has to take 2A into C register. So now where will be my next instruction available? What memory location it will be?
2054.
Yes. So at 2054, what I will write? I will write, let's say I am writing instruction move A comma C. Now here there is no immediate data. C register data has to go into accumulator. So it is having only opcode, that is 79. So when microprocessor decodes 79, it comes to know that whatever is in C register has to be taken in accumulator. We cannot remember 06, 0E, 79, but we can understand this. MVIB, MVIC, move A comma C. But microprocessor will not understand MVIB, MVIC, move A comma C. Microprocessor will understand 06, 0E, 79. So if I write move A comma C, I have to put opcode 79 at 2054 memory location. So when it will decode the data at 79, it will come to know that whatever is in C register, that has to go into accumulator. So what is there in C register? C register is containing 2A. So where 2A will go? 2A will go into accumulator.
Accumulator.
Yeah. So now because this is 1 byte instruction, so next instruction will be available at 2055. So let's say I am writing, now this is arithmetic instruction, but just I have taken one example. We are actually going through data transfer instructions, but just to make the program easy to understand, understandable, we are taking this small program of addition. So addition B means, add B means what it is doing, it is adding the contents of B register with accumulator. Always in arithmetic instructions, accumulator is involved. So because it is by default accumulator is involved, you don't have to write in instruction add A comma B. It is understood that if you are writing add B, that means it is adding the contents of B register and adding the contents of A. There is no such instruction add B comma C. Why? Because whenever it is arithmetic instruction, accumulator has to be there. So that's why we cannot write add B comma C. Hence what we have done, we have taken the contents of C into accumulator, and now we are writing add B, so that the contents of C which are available at accumulator will be added to B register. And now that means indirectly B register data and C register data is added. And where the result is stored, the result is always available in accumulator. So by default, the addition result goes into accumulator. So when microprocessor decodes this particular 80, it comes to know that it has to add the content of B register and content of A register, that is accumulator, and it has to store the data into accumulator. So by doing this, 25 hex will be added to 2A hex and the result will be available in accumulator. So if I write next instruction, I have to write the next instruction at 2056 memory location. What instruction I am writing? I am writing instruction move D comma A. Why? Because I want to have the result in D register. So now at present where my result is available, with this instruction my result is available in accumulator. Yes, so I have to take the result into accumulator. D register, sorry, and it is also having opcode. Now I do not remember the opcode, but I will find out. Otherwise, you find out and you can put the opcode over here. And then I am ending my program with the halt instruction. So halt instruction is used to end the program. So at 2057, I will end the program. So how many bytes this complete program has taken? 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 8 memory locations or in 8 bytes of data, one program is completed. What the program was doing? Program was adding 2 8-bit numbers. Where the 8-bit number was given, one 8-bit number was given in B register, one 8-bit number was given in C register. And when you have to add this B and C register, at least one of the register data has to be taken into accumulator, because all arithmetic operations are done through accumulator. So one data will go into accumulator and that will be added to another register, and result of addition will be available in accumulator. So if you want to store the data in D register, you have to write instruction move D comma A. So is it clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you, yes, ask. Who was asking? Aman, or who was having some problem? So everything is clear to you. If I start writing the program from another memory location, then the sequence will change. And where this is kept, this address is available at which register? This address is available at program counter, PC register. We have seen last time there are two 16-bit registers. One is program counter and one is stack pointer. So program counter, yeah, program counter is the register where your program instruction address is stored. Ask. Anybody wants to ask? So program counter will contain this particular address, and program counter is automatically incrementing register. So once 06 is done at 2050, then program counter automatically increments to 2051. It is not the case that by mistake program counter will go from 2050 to 2055. It is always incremented by 1. So this is available at program counter, and here you will write the instruction. This is understood by us and this is understood by 8085 microprocessor. So whenever you write your data in simulator or you write your data in microprocessor kit, you have to write the opcodes at that particular memory location. And if you are using these opcodes, then you have to write the you have to use assembler and compiler to compile this particular program in the form of 8085 microprocessor, and then you can execute the program. So I think we will now if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will continue some other operation, some other instructions also, or else we will continue the programming. I will give you some examples or some programs to write. You can write. Hello. Yeah. Good morning. हाँ बेटा मैं क्लास ले रही हूँ, मुझे याद है वो हम बाद में डिस्कस, क्योंकि वो अक्टूबर में है ना, तो हम बाद में डिस्कस कर लेंगे। So is anybody having any problem? You can write your Sakshi. Are you there listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Amar, etc. So I think what are your?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the participants. How many are there? Is anybody is in the? Okay, there are 42 participants. You all write your attendance in chat box. I will give you one program. You can write your attendance in chat box. So all of you have written your attendance. Let me see the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
40. How many students are there? 40 students. But in participation, it was, I think, participants 44 are there. So where are other three? Has everybody written the attendance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anybody is having any doubt? We will continue the instructions next time, next class, that is on Thursday, and we will see more programs. We will see some more instructions, because today it was start, so I didn't want to overload you with the instruction sets. So next time, what will be our flow? We will continue. We will study some instructions. We will study some programs, and in 2-3 classes we will cover all the instructions, because we have to learn the interfacing also. Then we have to learn the microcontroller also. So if we finish it fast, you will get time to practice on the 8085 programming, and then we will see some simulations also. You can try on internet the simulators available for 8085 programming. If you find the simulators available on 8085 programming, you can do assignments on that also. So those who are interested, they tried working on simulators, and they can submit with these assignments. I will consider that, and I will definitely give some weightage or some credits to those particular assignments also, whatever you develop on simulator, whatever programming you do develop on simulator. Who is this? Ranjita? Ranjita, why you are entering so late? So shall we end the meeting now? We will end the meeting, and we will meet on Thursday, 9:50.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, where will we submit our
Assignments.
assignments?
You
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to you have to write in Word, or else you have to make PPT, whatever. Or if you are doing handwritten, then you have to take the image of that, and you have to submit it to me on my email ID. I will write my email ID.
Sorry, ma'am, I don't have laptop or any other source
Okay,
to write
okay.
in Wattpad.
Yeah. Okay, okay, we'll do one. That also, we will solve that problem also. Let me write my email ID over here. And because I'm on WhatsApp group, so you have my WhatsApp number also. So you can write, those who do not have laptop, they can write on papers, plain papers or registered papers. They can scan it. Mobile to hoga hi sabke paas. They can scan and they can send it to me on my email ID, or they can send it to me on WhatsApp. But better I will prefer on email ID, and you have to write in subject that assignment 1 or whatever it is. Because then I
Okay,
will
ma'am.
understand, because I get so many mails, so it should not be mixed, jumbled up. So is it clear to you?
Yeah, ma'am.
So
Yes,
there is
ma'am.
no
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I want to ask when we have to submit the assignment,
See,
the last date of submitting the assignment.
suppose if I give the assignment on Tuesday, then next Tuesday will be the submission date. If I give the assignment on Thursday, then next Thursday will be the submission date. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So whenever 1 week time will be there for assignment, and you can submit me on that particular day. Don't accumulate the assignments, and don't do the kind of thing that we will submit at the end, because I prefer to work on time, and I put the credit of those particular assignments immediately on my record, immediately on my list, so that you will be benefited. You don't have to remember that you have to submit me this many assignments. Stay safe, keep learning, as there is no holiday. Keep learning, as there is no holiday, and weekend for virus, isn't it? There is no holiday, no weekend for virus, so you have to stay safe. But we are under lockdown, our brains are not under lockdown, so we have to keep learning. So shall we end the meeting? Is everything clear to you? Let me see some
Yes,
chat box. If I think 2-3 students, they have entered late. All of you have written your attendance, those who have entered late. I think Ranjita. And try to enter into the class on time, because I have to keep on admitting. So, okay, we will leave the class. I am ending the class, and we will meet on Thursday on my proper time. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.